An hour ago, I was in a silent, air-conditioned boardroom on the 35th floor, looking down at this city like it was just a nap. Now I'm in it, like really in it. And trust me, the map looks nothing like the territory. This right here, this beautiful, maddening, wonderful chaos, this is my new life in Manila. So yeah, that was my commute. A little different from the quiet train I used to take back home. I've been living in the Philippines for 8 months, and I'm still just trying to get my head around this city. People ask me all the time, what's it really like? Did you make a huge mistake trading that comfortable Western life for, well, for all this? And the honest answer, it's complicated. Manila isn't just one city. It feels like 100 different worlds all slammed together. Today, I want to bring you along for a single day in my life, a day of wild contrasts from the hyper-modern business district where I work to the raw, unfiltered street life that is the city's beating heart. This isn't just another travel log. This is about what it actually takes to build a life here. The frustrations, the surprises, and the moments that make it all click. My day usually kicks off here, in Bonifacio Global City, or BGC. Seriously, if you were out here blindfolded, you might think you were in Singapore or some new neighborhood in the States. The sidewalks are clean, the grass is great, and you see Porsches and Teslas just gliding past all these trendy coffee shops. It's a total extra haven, a bubble of predictable, organized calm. I work for an international company, and the office is exactly what you'd imagine: professional, on time, and very structured. It's a familiar world, which definitely helps with the transition. But all this comfort comes with a very Western price tag. A Marin condo in BGC or the neighboring area of Makati can run you anywhere from 45,000 to 100,000 pesos a month. That's roughly 800 to 1800 US dollars, and that's before bills. You are paying a serious premium for the bubble. So this morning, after a pretty standard meeting, I just felt like I had to pop it. I needed to pick up a custom made frame from a little shop a friend told me about, way over on the other side of the city. And I decided I'm doing it the local way. No grab car, no air conditioned safety net. And that's when my day really started. The second you step outside the BGC bubble, the city completely transforms. It's like walking through a pool. The temperature jumps about 10 degrees. The air gets thick with the smell of street food and diesel. And the quiet hum of the business district is just swallowed by this symphony of beautiful noise. But the biggest challenge, the one thing that defines life in Manila for absolutely everyone, is the traffic. It's not just bad traffic. It's a living thing that runs your entire life. First mission, get on a jeepney. These are the iconic, ridiculously decorated kings of the Filipino road. They're super cheap and they're everywhere. But for a foreigner, their routes are a total mystery. There are no official maps. You just have to know. I'm standing there on the side of the road, watching them fly by, trying to read the hand-painted signs on the front. It's pretty humbling to realize you don't have a skill that every 5-year-old here has completely mastered. Finally, a woman at a fruit stand helped me out, and I found the right one. I squeezed inside, my knees literally touching the person across from me. You pass your payment down a line of complete strangers, and somehow your exact change makes its way back to you. There's this unspoken trust, a sense of community in this tiny, rattling metal box. It's hot, it's crowded, but for just a few pesos, you're in the city's bloodstream. It's the total opposite of my quiet morning, and honestly, it's exhilarating. After an hour in traffic for a trip that should have taken 20 minutes, I finally made it, and I was starving. I ducked into a small, open-air spot called a carinderia. These places are the heart and soul of Filipino home cooking. You just walk up to a glass counter and point at what looks good in these big pots. I went for a sour, savory soup called sinigang and a helping of the classic chicken adobo. The entire meal, with rice and a Coke, cost me less than what I paid for my coffee this morning in BGC. But it's not even about the money. It's the feeling. The owner, this sweet lady who kept calling me sir, just lit up when I told her how delicious the food was. We had this broken conversation, mixing English with my very, very limited Tagalog. People here are famous for being hospitable, and you really feel it in these small moments. They're warm, they're curious, and unbelievably patient. Sharing food is such a huge part of the culture. And for a few minutes, I wasn't a foreigner. I was just another guy enjoying a great lunch. It's moments like that that really keep you going. The contrast can be jarring for sure, but it's also what makes living here so incredibly rich. If you're finding this look into the real Manila interesting and you want to see how the rest of my crazy day would, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Because what happened next was a challenge I absolutely did not see coming. Okay, frame secured. My next mission seems simple. Find a specific hardware store to a special kind of wall hook. Back home, I just pull out my phone, type it into a map, and be there in 10 minutes. Here, maps only get you so far. The store was on a street that, according to my phone, didn't actually exist. So I had to do it the old fashioned way. I had to ask people for directions. And this is where you hit one of the most interesting and sometimes frustrating cultural lessons. I asked 3 different people for directions. All 3 of them smiled, nodded, and pointed me in a direction with total confidence. And all 3 of them were totally wrong. It's not that they're trying to mislead you. In Filipino culture, just saying I don't know can feel like you're letting someone down. It's considered more polite to give an answer, any answer, than to disappoint. You quickly learn to ask questions differently. Instead of where is this street, you learn to ask which way should I walk to find the street. I paid close attention to the small cues. I was lost for almost an hour, just walking in circles, sledding through my shirt, feeling that frustration start to bubble up. And then something amazing happened. A young guy on a bike saw my confused face, pulled over, and just asked, "Hey, you need help?" He didn't just point. He got off his bike and walked with me for 3 blocks right to the front door of the shop, chatting the whole way about his favorite basketball team. He wanted nothing for it. And that's the flip side of Manila. For every confusing interaction, there's a moment of incredible, out of the blue kindness that just restores your faith in everything. As the sun started to set, turning the sky this hazel orange, I began the long trip back to VGC. The feeling of getting into a grab and having that blasted air conditioning hit me was like re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. The street noise faded out, replaced by the quiet hum of an engine, and the feeling was weird. It was relief, for sure, but there was also this strange sense of loss, like I was retreating from the real city back into my sterile tower. That evening, I met up with some other expats for drinks on a rooftop bar, looking out over the glittering skyline. And we all have the same kinds of stories. Stories about maddening traffic and bureaucratic headaches, but also stories about unbelievable warmth and hilarious miscommunications. We all live in this strange middle ground, caught between the world we came from and the one we chose. We can afford the comfort of the bubble, but we're all drawn to the energy just outside of it. It's a constant negotiation, a daily balancing act. And as I sat there, sipping a ridiculously overpriced cocktail, I couldn't stop thinking about the rattling jeepney and the taste of that homemade sinigang. The 2 worlds don't feel like opposites. They're 2 sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other. So was it a mistake to trade my life in the West for Manila? Absolutely not. But was it easy? No, and it still isn't. There are days when the traffic makes me want to pull my hair out. Nowadays, the cultural differences feel like a wall I just can't seem to climb. You will have moments where you feel frustrated, lonely, and just wonder what on earth you were thinking. But then you'll share a laugh with a stranger on a crowded jeepney. You'll taste a dish so good, it feels like a hug from the inside out. You'll watch a sunset over this sprawling, chaotic city and feel surprisingly like you belong. You learn to adapt. You learn to let go of your rigid Western idea of how things should work and just embrace how they do work. You learn to operate on Filipino time. You learn that a genuine smile can solve almost any problem. Living here is a daily lesson in letting go of control and finding the beauty in all the mess. You'll learn that the serial perfection of a business district and the vibrant, chaotic life of the streets aren't fighting each other. They are both equally Manila, and building a life here means learning how to walk in both of those worlds at the same time. And that was just one day. I have so many more stories to share. What are your experiences in Manila or in any city that's pushed you way out of your comfort zone? What part of this city should I go explore next? Let me know down in the comments. I really do read every single one. And if you want to follow along on this crazy adventure, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.